I'm Dave Kaiser from CCX Media. As you see, we have a special Mayor's Minutes update with Shep Harris, the Mayor of Golden Valley. Welcome, Mayor, from your home. How are you doing today?
Thanks, Dave. Doing quite well.
It is a different situation here, so we're trying to keep residents up to date on some of the things happening in the city. Mayor, let's talk for a few minutes about some of the things going on. So first of all, just let us know in Golden Valley, is the city in good shape? How are things running from a staff standpoint in these unusual times?
Right. Well, first of all, thank you, Dave, to you and to CCX for continuing to be innovative and helping us communicate with residents. It's very important, especially at this time, that we maintain this communication. The city is in good shape. Golden Valley is prepared for this situation. We really did tackle some of these technical challenges and how to determine what's essential, what's not essential, and how to keep those services running. We tackled those issues early on. So we've been in a good position, I think, for the past couple of weeks.
And how about from a council meeting and city meeting standpoint? I know you're utilizing technology there as well. Tell us how that is working out.
Right. I think we were one of the first cities actually to go forward with the virtual meeting. It was just based on our timing of when we declared a state of emergency, when the governor declared a state of emergency. And so we were, I think, one of the first cities to do it. And sure, it was a little tricky at first, but with a little practice, it worked out really well. Sure, on screen, we all kind of look like the Brady Bunch, but it's worked out really well. We've worked out a couple of tweaks with resident input going real time during the meetings. And so we're prepared for our next meeting on April 7th.
Fantastic. All right, let's talk a little bit about neighbors helping neighbors and ways to reach out in the community. You've got some local groups there, PRISM, and also the Human Services Fund. Tell us how people can help out in those ways.
Right. So you can either go online. I think it's PRISM Minneapolis or PRISM, PRISMMPLS.org. And you can help donate that way. Of course, they are in desperate need of food and supplies. I think they actually were out of milk yesterday when I talked with Michelle Ness, the executive director. So they can use food anytime and all the time. If people are wanting to help donate financially, we have the Golden Valley Human Services Fund, which is run through our Human Services Commission. And you can go online to goldenvalleymn.gov and do the quick search for the Human Services Fund, and you can donate online there. And there we are going ahead and putting out, we'll be contributing dollars that we've already collected. Rather than waiting to the end of the year, we know that some of these nonprofit organizations in our community need help now. The clients that they're serving, the residents they're serving need help now. So we are going ahead and we're going to be allocating some of those dollars in advance in the coming weeks and months. So if you can, rather than waiting to the end of the year, if you're getting that refund now from the IRS, if you've already put in submitted your tax forms and you've gotten a refund, please give the Human Services Fund some of those dollars.
Very good idea. Now, I know you're big into fitness. Let's talk a little bit about fitness during this time when we're asked to stay at home. What do you suggest for residents, and maybe what are some things to remember when we go to the city parks?
Right. Well, I've seen it already. I've been out and about walking in different neighborhoods with friends and residents, and I can tell people are clearly getting out. They're walking just through the neighborhoods, or they're walking over to the parks. They're running in the parks. Yes, people are practicing safe distancing. We have, I think, a handful, I've heard from residents, there's been a handful of circumstances where I don't think it's actually residents, but through social media, we've had some groups from outside of the city who want to come in and perhaps play basketball in a very competitive way, but that really doesn't fly right now. It's making a lot of our residents nervous. So we're trying to do a lot of education and outreach, encouraging people to use the safe distancing, the social distancing, safe practices. But I got to tell you, the weather is beautiful outside for a day like today, and it's only going to get better. So we're getting out to the parks, but we got to practice that safe distancing.
Couple final questions. Speaking of activity, I know your rec department has done some great things. Let's talk a little bit about your Golden Valley Home Rec Ed. What is that and how can we get involved?
Right. So thanks for asking. So we're always trying to be innovative. How can we try to keep connected with the community, keep people active, especially right now when you've got kids at home? I've got mine right around here with me. They're trying to do schoolwork, but at times they just get antsy. And if it's a rainy day like it was this past weekend, we had a couple days of bad rainy weather. Home rec was a great opportunity for families, not only this past weekend, but going forward, to go online, look at home rec. You can do different activities. I think there were simple activities like just trying to help with dexterity, like yoga, or there were other activities like scavenger hunts. So I highly recommend that people check that out. They can go to the Park and Rec webpage and they'll see the title, they'll see the promotion for home rec, and get some great little tidbits just to take a little bit of that edge off of the dynamics at home.
Yeah, wonderful idea, and congratulations to the rec department for doing that. Final note, you've mentioned the website a couple times, but again, if people want to stay up to date, I would take the city's website, goldenvalleymn.gov, the right place to go. Is that correct?
That is correct, and we have up-to-date information about what is happening in our community in terms of programs or events or activities or meetings that are coming up, but also just up-to-date information about the status of where we are at locally, but also here in the state with COVID. So we just need to stay at home. We need to get outside and walk around a little bit or get some exercise. But again, it's about keeping that safe distancing. You're going to see that on the website over and over again.
Very good. Mayor Harris, thank you so much for joining us from home. Stay safe, and I'm sure we will touch base again as things are updated. Have a great day.
Thanks a lot, Dave.